Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Feeder number 1. But before we get into that, if you guys wouldn't mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. Alright, we got the cover here for Feeder number 1. It is a Sumerian comic, and it is by Bertolini and Nick Ream. And right away, we're introduced to the main character, who's an older gentleman named Lee Kidd. And he is an old tough guy who is the muscle for a loan shark. And he's tracking down someone who owes his boss money. So he finally finds out where this guy is at. He breaks in, ready to break some skulls. And the guy he comes to rough up is back here with a bunch of friends who are doing drugs. They weren't prepared for this at all. But that just makes it easier for Lee. No one is fighting back. So he brings out a shotgun, and he points it at Colin, who's the man who owes the money. But then all of a sudden, Colin realizes that he recognizes Lee from somewhere. And it turns out that Lee used to be a movie star where he played like a B-level action hero. And Colin recognizing that was just enough of a distraction that one of the other guys in the room stands up and tries to attack Lee. But Lee is not fazed by this at all. And he grabs the guy by the neck and raises him up. So realizing there's not really a way to fight him, Colin tells his guys to leave before there's any more bloodshed. So Colin tries to reason with him, say that he'll pay him back tomorrow, but Lee reveals that he is not the guy that collects the money. He's actually the enforcer who gives the punishment. And as the guy begs for his life, Lee pulls the trigger of his shotgun and kills Colin. And that's where I'm going to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything else. So I was looking forward to this comic because it had a cool premise about some guy like Steven Seagal becoming an enforcer and him actually being good at it, but also him being at like the bottom of the barrel, and we want to know how he went from action star to loan shark enforcer. I thought the writing in this comic was pretty good. You definitely got some flashbacks of what it used to be like when he was a Hollywood star and what started him on the path to becoming an enforcer for the loan shark. I thought the art was all right. That was actually, like, to me, the weakest part. And I think mostly it was the coloring. The line art itself seemed fine, but I kept getting distracted by the weird use of colors. I know what they were trying to do. They were trying to make certain panels pop out or separate the flashbacks from present day, but it seemed like they overdid it. And it personally just didn't work for me. So overall, I did like this comic. I thought it was pretty fun. I like the premise of it. And I do want to find out what happens with Lee and the story of how he became this enforcer. So I'm going to give this comic a 3 out of 5. I think it was solid, but this first issue didn't wow me. It just kept me interested enough to keep going. So hopefully some of the future issues really expand on the story and we find out what happened to Lee Kidd to bring him to present day where he is now. So if you saw anything you liked, definitely go pick that up at your local comic book store, and we will see y'all in the next one.